Hello controllers, how are you doing? Welcome to a new video of undercontrolling.com. Today we are going to learn how to prepare the budget responsibility matrix in Excel, but first of all, and for all that people that are not watching the video from my blog, let me introduce very briefly the concept of budget responsibility matrix. Well, the budget responsibility matrix is a very useful tool to control the overhead cost in our companies. It's a one-page document that shows actual cost versus budget by department and category, with three main objectives. Firstly, to provide a quick and clear picture of the budget deviation. Second, to identify during the year the non-budgeted items. And finally, to build a cost-conscious culture over the company's member by the cost ownership. So now we know the type of document we are going to create. We can start with the Excel file. In this Excel we have a total of 5 tabs. The first two, Master 1 and Master 2, contain master information that we will use in the rest of the tabs. In this first table we have information or the list of departments of our company with a total of 5 departments: production, maintenance, logistics, quality and HR. And here we have the responsible for each department. In the second table, we have the relationship between departments and cost centers. For example, in production department, we have a total of 4 cost centers. 3 of them are related with the working areas, presses, welding and cutting. And we have an additional cost center to allocate the fixed overheads that are common for the 3 production areas. Then we have the cost centers for maintenance, logistics, quality, and HR. And at the bottom of the tab, we have a list that simply shows the number from 1 to 12 that correspond with the month of the year that we will use later on. In the tab Master 2, we have the relationship between cost items, GL account, and matrix category. Here is important to remark that in some cases different cost items are under the same matrix category. For example, if we select freights, we can see that in our company we have 2 types of transport costs, purchases and sales, but both of them will be shown in the same matrix category. Moving forward to the next tab, we will find the budget of our company. The information that we can see here is we have the department. In the column E we have the cost center. If we open the list, we can select only the cost center for the chosen department in the column D. As you may remember, in production we have 4 cost centers, the 3 related with the production area plus the general one. For example, we select this for example here in logistics, we will find only the 2 cost centers related with logistics, variable and fixed. How we do this? By using the data validation. If you don't know how to do it and you are interested to learn, please let me know in the comment box and I will explain, or I will contact directly to you. In the column F, we have the cost items to be budgeted, and we have in the column G a column where we can put information in case we need it. Then from column H to S, we have the budget split by months, and in the column T, the total for the whole year. But besides these blue columns, visible columns, I have additional 3 columns that are auto-completed depending on the information that we are putting in the visible columns. For example, in the column A, I have the cost center code, which is linked to the cost center description. Just to demonstrate that, if I remove the information from cost center, the information in the cell A3 disappears. Then in the column B is information relating with the cost item, and the column C is linked to the department. If you are wondering, in case of cost center, why I don't use in the column E directly the cost center code, is because for the people who has to, in that case the manager who has to fulfill the template, is more friendly to put the cost center description than the code. But at the same time, the cost center code is something that we will need to link this file of the budget with the real postings in the future. So this is why I need both information, the description for managers and the cost center code for accountancy. In the fourth tab, we will find a list of postings from accountancy. In the column D, we have the period. We have postings in this document from January till April, 4 months. Cost center, code, account or cost center, the amount, and the currency. As in the previous tab, I have also 3 additional columns that are auto-completed depending on the information that we fulfill in the green columns. Department, linked to the cost center, responsible, also linked to the cost center, and the matrix category linked to the cost element or account. By the way, if you observe the name of the tab is case B1 posting. Case B1 is a transaction from SAP where you download the cost, and it's a very common transaction that I'm very sure that you will know if you work with SAP. What's more, the list of items is quite big. I think we have more than 3,000 lines, yes, 3,756 lines, with a total of 6 million euros of expenditure from January till April. That is the amount that we will bring to the, we will show in the matrix. And finally, we get to the important tab, the matrix. I have already prepared the layout not to spend time on this and focus on the formulas. As you can see, in the columns we have all our company departments with the responsibles. In the rows we have the cost categories. And what we are going to do is complete the formulas in that cells to bring the actual and the budget by department and category. And finally, by adding all that our columns, we will have the deviation by category and also by department. So let's go. The formula we will use to complete the matrix is SUMIF-S. With this formula we can add the values that fulfill some specific criteria. Our criteria will be the department and the category for each combination. So let's start. The sum range for actuals is the column G in the tab case B1 postings. Now we have to indicate the criteria range, that is department. We need to fix the column. Now we have to select the criteria. One will be production, the department, and we need to fix only the rows. The criteria number 2 will be the category. Criteria range, column C in tab case B1. We need to fix them. And the criteria will be the cell B5, and we have to fix the columns. And we close the brackets. Doesn't appear anything, and this is probably, or hopefully, because we don't have any actual for this combination of department and cost category. But if we drag the formula, now some values appear. We have some values from the combination of production and production supplies, also in spare parts, and finally in stationery. Now I'm going to copy the formula in the rest of the departments. If I fix in the proper way the cells, everything should be okay. If you remember, the total cost was around 6 million. You can see here 6 million, 4,000. So the formula looks good. And this is okay if we want to show the cost for the whole year, but what about if I am interested only in one specific month? This is why I have prepared this specific cell with the months of the year. And the idea is that by selecting the month, the matrix will show the actual and the budget only for the selected month. And if I select year to date, the matrix will show the accumulated cost for the whole year. So let's improve the matrix. First of all, I will remove the formula I did previously. Well, not remove, but cut it, because I will use it. And I will include one condition. If the cell Q3 fix it, we have to fix Q3, yes, is equal to the text year to date, then show me the accumulated cost. That is the formula that we had previously. So I paste what I copied previously. If not, show me only for the specific month. How I do this? How we can do this? To the previous formula, we have to add an additional condition that will be the month. For this third criteria, the criteria range will be the column D, because we have the period, and the criteria will be the cell Q3. We have to fix again the columns, and that should be enough. I receive a message. Oh, I didn't close the bracket. Okay. Let's check if it works. Now it's showing anything because the month is empty, but if I show year to date, we have the value we saw before. If I select January, February, March and April, the amounts change. In May we should have anything because we have no postings for May. It looks good. Now let's copy the formula to the rest of the departments. And just to do a quick checking, if we select January, we have a total of 1.4 million. And we go to case B1, we select only January, 1.4 million, the same cost. So the formula is correct. The last step is to bring the budget data to the matrix. To do this, we will use the same formula that for the actuals, but we have a small limitation. If you observe the actual amounts, they are arranged in just one column. However, for the budget, we have one column by period, so they are arranged in different columns. What I have done is to create two additional columns, one column V to show the cost for the selected month. For example, now it shows January because in the column, in the cell Q3 we put January, but if we change to February, it will show the data for February. 5,000, 5,000, yes. And the second column is to show the accumulated cost. To do that, I have used the formula sum product together with two additional rows that I have at the bottom of the table. In the first row, the condition shows one when the selected month matches with the budget month or the budget column, and in the second shows one for all the past months, for the months till today. Now we are prepared to write the formula for the budget figures. Equal if we have first of all to include the condition Q3, we fix the cell, Q3 is equal to year to date text. Then if the value is true, sum if s, open brackets, we have to select the sum range that for this case is the column BW. We should fix the column. The first criteria will be the department, that it's in the column D. We need to fix it. Now we select the cell C3, we fix the row, and the second criteria will be the category. In the column B, budget tab, and this cell B5, and we need to fix the column. We close the brackets, and then we need to put the condition if the value is false. Then we'll copy paste the first condition, because the only thing that we have to change is the sum range. We have to replace the column W by V. And close the condition. Let's check, we drag the formula. We copy to the rest of the departments. I have realized that I didn't I didn't put the formula for the total in the budget, so I copy paste from actual. It will be okay. Only formulas, not the colors. So now for the budget I have also the totals. And let's do a quick check. If I select year to date, my total is 5.8 millions. If I go to the tab budget and I select the month from January till April, is 5.8. Well, actually there is a small difference. Let's check why. Oh yeah, it's because I didn't put the total for budget in production department. And now, yes, now it's exactly the same. This is the final result. This is the matrix of budget responsibility. As I promised, we have in one document all the budget deviation for by department and by category. For example, maintenance, we can check like joking is deviating in other external services, or in repair and maintenance services, also in spare parts. And it's in green in utilities. He has two categories that he forgot, or he is having an unexpected cost in cleaning and waste processing and rent expenses, and he's not consuming his budget in stationery and travel expenses at all. This is analysis that we can do thanks to the matrix. Then we can check also the total by category. For example, we can analyze communication, we are in green, frauds, we are in green for the total company. We have the deviation also in percentage. We are in red in other departments like protection equipment, recruitment, rent expenses. We can check also the total by department. For example, production is 8% over the budget, maintenance is 3%, logistic minus 1%, quality 9%, and HR is just in budget. And the total for the whole company is over the budget in 2%. Okay, so this is all. Thank you for watching my videos, and I see you in the next one.